We are here with 4HUMANITEES and Shannon. The thingy shut down a minute ago, and that's what happened. So we're gonna move it along. So the thing is that you have to plan and anticipate that either one, you're gonna either drop your cards, or something you're going to either forget a thought or whatever. Maybe you didn't transition right. Maybe you coughed. Something happens that just totally wreck up your smooth flow of what it is that you hope to have happen. But what you got to do is that don't let that just totally devastate you to the point that you are like, oh my God, this is what happened. And now, I can't function. That's not a good thing. You don't want to even worry about it. Look at what's going on, make some adjustments, and then just keep it moving. Just keep it moving, because what happens is that it's going to happen. And then what it is that it's going to take you off your points of reference of whatever you're doing. And then you're going to feel that, oh, I don't want to do it ever again because this is what happened. It's like, keep it moving. Find out what it is. If you were to kind of get knocked off, find a reset point on your own. Just say, okay, if this is what happens and something happens, I'm just going to reset and go to this major point of what it is I'm talking about. If I totally lost my cards and then I, figured out, okay, my cards are all messed up, then I'm going to go to this point of reference in my speech or whatever I'm presenting, and just already know it. We do have to plan, and a lot of times, as people will say, is that you definitely need to have a plan. You do need to study. You do need to have a point of reference of what it is that you're going to do. So it's good to have that done. The other thing is that what I usually do is I go with the fact that I might end up forgetting something, or either something that I looked at or just kind of threw me off, or I drop my cards. What I usually will do is I will, of course, number your cards, which is not rocket science. Number your cards. Give your cards numbers where you say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so that if you happen to drop them, you will be able to get them back in order. So putting like a big 1 or a 2 or something on it in a light color, so that the dark ink shows, but the light color of what it is your cards are there. Or putting colors, whatever it is that works for you, that help you remember what it is that you need to do, is put colors on them, or put numbers for sure on them, because I like to put numbers. If you like A, B, and C, then okay, do that. Whatever format that works for you. Get it done, because it just helps you if your cards were to get out of order. You know how to kind of shuffle them. So then too, what happens is that your mind knows how to shuffle numbers. Hey, hi Cat. Your mind knows how to shuffle numbers without you having to look at people. You can just sit here. Hey, you can do it in your sleep. Your mind doesn't need you to look down at what you're doing in order to keep moving. You can move some cards. You got this thing called peripheral, that you can be moving cards around in your hand until you get them back in order to be able to know how to move forward. You said what kind of cards? Like 3x5 cards. So if you were doing a presentation and you dropped all your cards, and then you needed to get back on or get back together, instead of like getting all perplexed and be like, oh, my cards are everywhere, I'm just going to forget it. And then sometimes you just want to walk off the stage and just say, forget it, I'm not going to do it. Well, that's not an option. That's not an option. You can't have that as an option. That's not your escape, your go-to, or you just run to whenever, something happens and it wasn't what you wanted. That's not going to be the goal or the option that you do. So if you have your cards, and again, like 3x5 cards, put them like this. And what I usually do is who do cards now? Shoot, girl, I do cards. I still do cards. I write real big on them. And this is what I do. I write real big on it. And this was something that I was saying. It says, if you know your brand has value, but just don't have things in order to command a second look, then okay. I was talking about I was doing a testimonial for someone. And what I did is I wrote it on these cards. So then when I said what I was saying to the camera, I could read it. And then this is what I did. I put the cards right up here on the laptop in front of me. And then I was able to just sit there and just read naturally. Yeah, I still do cards. I'll write real big. And I'll put the cards right up there. Now, sometimes some of the stuff that I'll be on here saying is like, I don't have no cards. I'll just be making it up. Hello, Jim. I saw your unboxing of your books. Jim, you guys have this book. Jim, good morning, Jim. Jim has a book, you guys. We're going to be doing a interview with Jim soon. I guess soon, once I get the book, I'm going to be doing an interview with Jim. This is one of the things that I'm moving into this podcasting. Or either Fraser would call it Unleashed with Shazzy G. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm not going to Shazzy G it like I'm on the turntables rapping or, mixing, beatboxing. But I do like the Unleashed part, but I don't. So the thing is that part of what I'll be doing is under the whole cancer talk, it will be interviewing authors the way Fraser told me to set it up, because hey, he knows, he does this stuff, so he knows a little better than I do. So I definitely will value and take people's information. Yeah, Shannon Unleashed. Hee. Oh God, Jim, look, you and Fraser. So that's what he called it, but that's not what I'm calling it. You know what? I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I know on the thing that I have, it just basically says, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. I really wanna, what's the song? Me, you, can I talk to you? That's what it's from. Come and talk to me. So that's what it is. Come and, I'm going to have that playing in the background. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you? So that's the song. Come and talk to me. So one of the things that I do is I, again, put the words on really big on these cards, and I make it really, really big. And then what I do is I sit it in front of me, and then I sit, and when I'm talking, I could read from them. If you put it in a way or write it in a way that it's a natural conversation and it's natural talking, then if you mess up, okay, look, you guys, and I know I'm sitting here telling you guys we're talking about something totally different, but that's okay. That's what happens. If you mess up in the transition between your words, don't try to jump right back on point of what you were talking about. Do something where, and blah, 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 blah. And then it gives you an opportunity to reset and move right back into what it is that you were talking about in the beginning. So like, one thing, okay, I'm reading this card right here, is if your brand has value, but you don't know how to bring that value. So if I messed up right now and I was like, oh, where am I in the line? If you're listening to what it is that you're saying, you will be able to know you could throw a word in there. You can just say, don't fret, or, don't let that stop you. Say something in there that's motivational, something that's uplifting to what it is that you were talking about. Then it gives you an opportunity to say, then you can have things in order to command a second look. Then whatever it is that you're saying, you have to be able to know how to do it. And not that, I'm like the greatest master of speaking, because I'm not. But I've had some oops. I've had some fall downs where it was like, ooh, dang, that was messed up. And then I used it. Hey, look at my friend right here. Okay, hold on. Hey, OD, do you want to come in live real quick? Because my phone is vertical. And if you want to come in, because you got some wonderful things going on over there. And we can share, because I don't mind sharing my platform. Look, there's more than one hamburger stand. So my phone is vertical. I don't know if you busy right now, but I definitely would love for everybody to hear you and hear what it is that you got going on. And it's like you stumbled upon my friend, and I was like, I'm good. I like my friend. My friend. And then you be like over in parts of the town of where I'm at, because I'm on the West Coast. So it's like, okay, I could have sworn I saw you at an event. No, I'm listening. Okay, you listening. So again, that's OD, you guys. OD Harris. Be sure that you are following him. He's doing great things. He's definitely moving and shaking over there. I see what you're doing. I'm like, okay. Yeah, activism and social work is my background. So I'm like totally digging it. Get ready for my live. Ooh, okay, get on. Look, you guys, he's about to go live. He's going all the way live. He's over there like winning these awards and doing all this stuff. He's all like there in the street. He in the street, you guys. He's in the street and he's doing great things while he's in there. So definitely thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. And hey, I'm watching. I'm keeping my phone, my ear to the street. You stay dropping those nuggets. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I thank you for coming in. So the thing is, COD, look, he doing all kinds of broadcasting, but one thing that I can say is that I've done a lot of speaking and talking, and I've done some things. 9:45 a.m. Thank you for the love. Oh, of course. So, okay, you 9. So you in Texas. No, you in Mountain Time? Oh, or your thing is at, okay, your thing is at 9:45. Okay, got it. So I am here on the West Coast, so it's 8 o'clock because we do the most over here. So the thing is that I've done enough talking to the point of if you fall off and you don't know exactly where you left off, just say something motivational, say something, and it don't have to be about yourself. It could be about, okay, Arizona time. All right, you in Arizona. Okay, got it. So you close to me. That's close, Arizona. We have family in Arizona. Ooh, look, this is the only one thing about Arizona that's like, oh my God, I'm scared. And I'm not scared in the sense of scared, but I was like, ooh, I would be scared for my grandbabies if my grandbabies were living there. That dust storm that you guys get, that kind of roll in. I was like, what kind of crazy, methodical, evilness is it? It just looks so scared. Hey, hi, cat. It looks so like, oh my God, it's coming. What can you do? Somebody get a big fan and blow it. Somebody wave it, push it back. And it's like, shoot, that thing just roll in. And it just come. And here it come. And here it come. And it's coming. And the dust is coming. And it's like, run. I'll be like, run. Don't get caught in the storm. I'm like, oh my God, somebody please save us. Because it's like crazy. It's crazy, that dust storm that comes. Did you went back and look at the flip book? No. I have to add that thing, remember? And I was girl, I got so tired last night, my eyes couldn't open. I was like, okay, no. I am not a night person. You laughing your butt off because it's the truth. It's like, here it comes. You remember the monkeys? Here it come, walking down the street. It's like, here it comes to devastate the world. It's like, don't get caught out there. It is. It's like omnibus. It's like, oh my God. And it moves like slow and rolling. And then you see it rolling. Hear that storm come rolling. It's like the dust storm from everywhere. It's like, please somebody get a big old, ooh, what if you got like a big old like thing that sucked up the vacuum, like just suck it up in there, and maybe some, you know what, that's what you guys should get. Like here in California, we got these big wind turbines. No, that's an old group. It's an old group. It's massive. It's like, okay, I don't know if y'all know what we're talking about, but that storm in Arizona, the dust storm. What kind of story are you telling? I don't know. I'm telling the dust storm story. It's called Dust Storm Story of Arizona. Actually, Jim does stories. He has this book, and it's like the dust storm. And just imagine, does it come at night? Only in the daytime. I'm like, what kind of crazy storm only comes at night? I mean, in the morning. What's wrong with nighttime? Nighttime storm? It is. It's massive. And it's like, oh my God. You know, where the kids, it's like, oh, you remember that story, that movie called The Fog? The Fog. It's like it's gonna come get you. In the fog, it's like when the storm comes, it's like you see it coming. You on the freeway. You like doing 500. You trying to get away. Girl, I don't know. It's Sunday. But it's like terrible. So you guys got to see it happen on the internet thing. Look on the computer. I don't know. Look on the computer and see the dust storm of Arizona. It's like crazy. That's the only thing about Arizona. That's the one thing about Arizona that's like, I don't know. Ooh, it comes at night too. Oh my God, it comes at night, you guys. Now just imagine you walking home and you don't hear it. No, you hear it because you know it's wind and it's rolling and you just hear this. I don't know what kind of sound it makes. I'm just going to make up one. And then you just hear it and you hear this. That's what it sounds like it would make. And like it's just going to come and come. And then it's nighttime and you just hear this blowing and whatever. You can smell it too. Oh my God. That's like if you were out and then you all of a sudden come out and then you just smell. All you got to do is you smell a smell. And you know it's the sand. Yes, the sand starts hitting your eyes. Oh, Lord. That's like immediate toxic. I was like, oh my God. And if it comes at night and then you don't even know it's coming and you smell it, as you say. Hi, mental something. You smell it and then I'm sure oh, the smell is like mud. Wow. So you just jump outside and then all of a sudden, we got OD, we got a couple folks over here. We got D. Who else we got? We got a bunch of folks over here on Facebook. But that is some awful stuff. Hey, Carl, thank you for coming back in from yesterday. It's awful. So real quick, you guys, we were just talking about OD here. Be sure you're following OD. OD is doing wonderful things, definitely in media and in his activism and the things and the platforms that he's definitely talking about. He is award-winning, all things, videography, all of that. So definitely, hey D, that's what he's doing, but he's in Arizona. So I was talking about that Arizona dust storm that just looks like it's about to engulf the whole world and it's just going to grab them up in the fog and then take them away. And I was like, the kids, that's the only thing that, I feel like for me, okay, I know I could sit in a car or I'll figure out how to do what I can do. But for the kids, if the kids don't see the storm coming, or I'm sure they get trained on how to see that storm, they don't see it, and then they out there playing, and then here it comes, and I'm sure it makes that kind of sound, but I don't know. I'm just making it up. But it was, and then you smell the mud, and then it comes, and then it just engulfed the whole city, the whole state, and then I'm sure it moves over to California and jump up on us and get us. And that's where we have all that dust coming from. So who stops it? Well, we know God stops everything, but it's like, I'm sure some of that dust be rolling on over into like Reno and Vegas and all in that dust strip right there. I'm sure it does. So anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. The Arizona Dust Storm by Shannon Griffin. There you go. So, moving back into what we were talking about, it is definitely when you are doing your presentation or when you're doing your speech. I was giving you guys some tidbits of information. Not that this is definitely my strong platform, but it's my I did this platform. Dropped your cards, totally got out of whack. This is when you learn these tips where you put them cards in numbers or ABCs and you put colors on them. Because sometimes you say you love it. I'm like, that's the store. I'm sure it makes a noise. Somebody needs to record it. What is the noise of the storm of Arizona? Because it sounds like it should be talking. Be like, sound like bass coming. You know, so that's what I think. But really quickly, you guys want to know that, again, your list and your accomplishments. What did we get accomplished? If accomplishing something, going live one time a day, definitely that's what you need to do. So part of some of my platform of coaching of what I do is I help people find their creativity. And as I say, entrepreneurs and professionals hire me to help them with their creativity. Okay? And you see these shirts right here? Because that's what we do. Tees. We do tees and tanks, tees and tanks. You got an event? Tees and tanks. Fix your face. Tees and tanks. That's what we do. Tees and tanks. We take your purpose, your passion, and all of your missions and all that good stuff that you got down in you, and we turn it into a viable fashion. We turn it into something that people will be like, whoa, I got to have it. I got to have it. They got to have it because they understand what's behind it. What's the purpose? What's the passion? What's the message? What's the story? As you guys know, the story behind this smell of poverty is a story of reality. It's a story that we've told on this broadcast in different times or another. We've said and shared how we as individuals were, subjected and lived and born into poverty. We talk about how poverty has held us back, how poverty has changed our mindset about things, and it influenced our mindset. So that's why this year, 2019, we have the smell of poverty to the embedded poverty code. It's going to be wonderful. So if you would love to be a part of that next project, go to bit.ly/the smell of poverty and you can sign up. We have some payment plans available. It's going to be epic. I'm going to be setting up shows for interviews all day long for people, for the authors. That is part of the package that you get. You're going to get graphics done because I did all the graphics. And if not, I'm going to have them done. We do the graphics. You get books. Books will come with this package. You're going to get your books. You're going to get all of your information about, as they say, your media kit. You're going to get your speaker sheets. You're going to get all of those things. All of that stuff will come as part of your package for the smell of poverty. So don't forget, go sign up. Right now, the deadline is January 31st to have all of your story done. It is an anthology. And then April 15th, just like before, we will be launching the Smell of Poverty Part 2, the Embedded Poverty Code. Now, the concept behind this Embedded Poverty Code is just to share that we have to look at the fact that as children, and some of us here may say, well, I wasn't, okay, see you later, Hot Cat. Some of us may say that we weren't born into poverty or we didn't live in poverty. My parents, provided us with a lot of things. Now, this is the point of the matter. Poverty is not your financial situation. Poverty is your mindset. Poverty does start with your pockets, so let's not get it twisted like we sitting up here saying a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors. No, you poor, you don't have no money. Okay, that's just what it is. So that's bottom line. You don't have the necessary resources to do what it is that you need to do in order to have your life and to live your life. You don't have in your basic necessities. You don't have water. You don't have shelter. You don't have anything. That is what classify you as being in poverty. Now, we all know that there's people who live in other parts of the country that don't necessarily have a house. A house doesn't necessarily mean that you're poor. There's people who don't live in houses. They're not poor. They live in whatever they live in. They call them something else. If it's a shelter, if it's some kind of something that keeps you from the elements and you can go and do your business in, whatever. That's what it is. We know that everything is all relative to what it is, that who it is that they are. There's people who are living in huts. There's people who are living in caves. There's people who are living in different types of things. It doesn't mean that they're poor. They have their basic necessities. They have their basic essentials as well. They have the food. They have something that they call shelter. That's what they have. It does not mean that it has to be something that we find in modern or Eastern or Western social livings. It doesn't matter that. But poverty is something that definitely is a mindset. You can have a lot of money, but you could still have a poverty mindset. You could be a child that, or was a child because we all were children, but you as a child, you probably don't necessarily know if your parents were in poverty. You don't necessarily know if your parents didn't really have all the necessary things to feed or provide for you. You don't know because your parents did a very good job at hiding it. Some of us had parents who hid it. Some of us didn't, had parents that hid it. They let you know. And this is where that embedded poverty code comes from. Because as children and you had poverty and it was seen and it was known poverty, your parents either one told you, we don't have the money, we can't afford that, don't ask for nothing. If you coming with me, don't ask for nothing and don't touch nothing in the store. I can't afford that. All of those things that you've normally heard when your parents did not want to buy you nothing. Because what you would also see is that you will see them in the next couple minutes buying something and pulling money out of their pockets. And in your mind, you were like, oh, that was the biggest lie I've ever heard. You don't believe them, and then now you're mad. You're mad because you saw them pull money out of their pocket, but they told you that they did not have any. But what you didn't understand is that they did not convey that they didn't have money for that. They had money for these other things, but they did not have money for that. Now, don't get it twisted in where we are sitting here and there are some substance issues where they'll say they don't have money, but then they're going and buying them something. They're buying something that they can consume. So as a child growing up, your trust factor starts kicking in. And your trust of people starts kicking in whenever you've had that and that has happened. But when you think about the embedded poverty code, it's things that when people are saying or they're telling you what they can afford, or you have people who are in business, that embedded poverty code is so embedded that when they're talking about their business, they will say, I can't do that for my business. I can't afford that. I can't invest in a class or a coaching or a consultation because I cannot afford it. The consultation, I have a bright idea session that's $250 that I meet with you over a period of different days. And we work out that one concept that you're trying to work out. It's very, very great. It is very, very simple, but it's $250. I did charge $50 for it. And I had several of you guys who took me up on it. But at this point now, it's changed. The price of it and the value of it is very, very great. But the thing is that that's still not a major amount, considering some of you have paid thousands of dollars for things that you're not even using. Dropped a mic, my rose gold mic that I got in there. Okay, I got this rose gold mic that I just got off of Amazon. It's like the karaoke thingy, and it talks, and it's rose gold. I'm like, it's so cute. Okay, real quick. Some of you guys have spent thousands of dollars on some things that you're not even using, and you didn't even know what it is that you were getting in the first place. That's the problem. You're spending money on things that you don't even know what it is. That's the issue. And you need to understand that it's going to continue. It's going to continue that way. My phone is over here acting crazy. It's going to continue that way because you haven't identified what your main objective is. You haven't identified. You see everything that people are doing. You see their platform. You see how they're speaking. You got, okay, again, you got the Mike Meltzers. You got the Gary V's. You got the Eric Thomas. You have the Les Browns. You have, TD Jakes. You got all of those people who are out there. You got the Lisa Nichols. You got the Oprahs. You got the Yvonne Ayalas. You got the Ayalas. You got all of these people that are doing these great things. And then even people that we can kind of connect with, that we see that are moving and moving and moving, and they're progressing. But the thing is that you don't understand that it's a build up, but that's not you. So when you're looking at this embedded poverty code, you start looking at it from the point of what you don't have, because that's all you've been told. You've been told you don't have it, we don't have it, we don't have this, we don't have that. So what happens is that you look at the fact of, one, you either said, yeah, they had that money. You get up older and you say, yeah, they had it, but they didn't want to give it to you. They didn't want to give it to you or spend it on that. So again, when we're looking at the fact of embedded poverty codes, what it is that you're going to be doing, you have to understand that there is an embedded poverty code. And some of us have had it. Some of us, it was hidden, but it's been there. It was there. And it's at different levels. Everyone has a different level of what they find to be as poverty. And we're not here to judge what they've identified as poverty. The fact of the matter is that they felt it and they feel it. Just because when we see what they call poverty, we're like, oh my God, that's just a wonderful place to live. But that's because we're here. We're down here and they're here in the living. We're at different points of reference. So we may find having one home as being, in poverty, or for them. And we will say, okay, well, one home is doing pretty good. I don't even have one home, but that's because you don't have a home. You don't have a home that you own, is what I'm saying, property. They have a home, but it's a big old home. But they might find that to be, in their circle, they're finding that to be poverty. And they don't want to know. They want to have people hide. So like when you see times where all of these stars and movie stars or these professionals are, these folks who are being in the limelight, they end up saying they're filing bankruptcy. Well, don't think that them filing bankruptcy means that they don't have a dime. No, it's just that they don't have several millions that they had before. And now they want to file bankruptcy to keep and maintain the millions that they have left. And that's just usually how it is. So the embedded poverty code, you guys, bit.ly/the smell of poverty. If you want to be a part of that, definitely go and sign up. It's going to be a great book. We're definitely moving and shaking and turning it. It's going to be a different design. This is our Smell of Poverty 2018. And of course, you guys know I'm going to be doing a design. So part of your package is also getting a shirt. You get, I wrote it down. You get some shirts too to be able to promote. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great opportunity to be a part of it. If you are not an author and you want to be an author, this is your opportunity to get in on becoming an author at a very, very lower rate than what it would cost you to have it done, where you're getting it edited, you're getting it all situated, you're getting all the media information, you're getting the interviews, you're getting books, you're getting promotional stuff. So it's definitely a great, great package for you to be a part of. So moving right on into it, because it is 8:27. This is Sunday, so I go to work tomorrow. So I got to get everything that I can get done in this time frame. So in the interim, you guys, we definitely have to look at what did we get accomplished? What are the things that we did do? So the way you want to look at that is definitely look at it. Look at what your list was that you had on your list. If you're not a list builder or maker or candlestick baker or whatever, just either mentally think about what it is that you needed to get accomplished. If it's something around your house, when you walk into your house, do you see anything different? I look at impact. I look at things for impact. I look at things. If I know I have lots of things to do, and let's just say you didn't decide you wanted to organize yourself in your life, look and just see what you see with your eyes. As they say, do you see what I see? What do you see? If you see something that is different, then that is what the impact is. So when you come into your house and you see that something is different, you can feel a little bit better about something that you got accomplished because you don't see that thing no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. So you got to see that. So you see what the impact is, you guys. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I definitely appreciate those of you who are on Twitch. You're on Periscope and YouTube. Thank you guys who are on YouTube and everyone who is on here. We got Facebook right here. So I appreciate you guys coming. This is Shannon with 4HUMANITEES. And as you guys know, just to kind of reiterate, Survive and Thrive, October 13th. Supporting those who are cancer survivors, supporting those and the family members who have supported those loved ones who are cancer survivors. So here we go. We're going to be, hey, Coach Dave, we're going to be all the way live on October 13th, this coming Saturday. So I'm still, planning. Hey, Coach Dave, thank you for inviting followers. Still, getting things, some last minute things done. I had one vendor who just popped in, so I have to kind of get her in there. So, hi, Kat, I don't know where you at. I had a vendor that just popped in, so I need to go ahead and put her in the book. One of the things that you get as part of being a part of the Survive and Thrive platform is you get to be put in this keepsake book that I have that's going to be there for promoting you and your brand, and definitely appreciating you. I do this little post that I put out that to advertise for you. So it's going to be really good. So I definitely appreciate everyone who were our sponsors, our speakers, our vendors. So I'm going to be posting that up soon. Hot Cat with the master plan. She put it together for me. But it was like putting all the slides together. So I got the slides together. I got one more graphic that I need to do of one of the last vendors. And, I'm going to put her in there so that she will also be in the book. So I appreciate all of you guys for popping in. Again, Survive and Thrive 2018. We are definitely planning for Survive and Thrive 2019. So if you would love to be a part of Survive and Thrive 2019, you can go and you can definitely sign up to be a part of that at bit.ly/Survive and Thrive sponsor. If you would like to be a sponsor for 2019, we're going to be all the way live in Texas. So it's all the way live. It's going to be great. It's going to be a 2-day situation because we got to do this one big because everything is big in Texas, right? So we got to do it big. That's the first big we're doing, the first 2-day. So it's going to be great. I look forward to it. And I thank all of you guys for hanging out with me this morning. I will be back at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. So I appreciate you guys. And you guys have a wonderful day while I'll go and end this broadcast. So bye-bye, you guys. I'll talk with you guys soon. Bye-bye. So you know how Facebook do. We got to freeze. Freeze. So, okay, there we go. So thank you guys over here on Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Coach Dave. Again, for those of you who don't know, this OBS was brought to you by Coach Dave. Coach Dave at bit.ly/go look at my links. If you're interested in getting your OBS life, you can go to also bit.ly/go look at my links. Go and just check out all of his links. You can go and find different little tutorials on how you can learn how to set up your OBS. Or if you want to find things like your stream key, or you want to learn how to download videos or what have you, Coach Dave got it. He has everything. You want to learn how to build a website, Coach Dave is all things media and technology. Go ahead and check out Coach Dave, you guys. It's going to be great. You're going to have a good time because he got all the information you need. So thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful morning. Thank you, Coach Dave. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.